Hello and welcome back to the opening week of Stage 4 of the Quake Pro League. Well, we're into a game that will hopefully be full of maximum effort for Effortless as he goes up against the greatness from the Australian from down under. Of course, I'm talking of ZenAku 40.
Master ZenAku at it again, Effortless. I love these boys, man. I got to hold it down for my guys. I think this is going to be a great set. Of course, coming off that last one, Toxic CNZ. If you missed it, go back in the VOD and watch it when we're all done here because that was an incredible set. I hope everyone took their blood pressure medication because it was a close one. I know I was hanging on by a thread, Jackie. It was close.
Just the pacemaker clutching your chest. I can!
Yeah, it's all those donuts, man. They add up. The doctor was right. I don't know what to say. But I do know that Effortless ZenAku should be a good one. I'm ready to get into this one. It's going to be high-flying action, man, all day. All day.
It will be. Let's talk about the man then, of course. Represent the scene from North America, Effortless himself. Now, it's rough, right? Because I feel like for Effortless' side of things, we've seen him playing better and better after he basically sort of made the statement of the fact that he was like, I want to prove that I can do so much more. And he has done. He's been looking good every time we've seen him. Unfortunate, we lost him where we did back in the Stage 3 finals because he seemed to be having a pretty good affair. Hopefully, this is him coming back in, though, still living that hype and still just grinding out the results and carrying on with a newfound form. He's been looking good.
Yeah, always striving to do better, though. If you follow him on Twitter, I know he's a bit self-critical. He explains himself. He says he's gone back to the drawing board to try and shore up a couple things, and we'll see if he's on the right path here. Week 1, goodness, for Stage 4. But it's always good to be, self-critical to a point and kind of review your flaws and work on them constantly, and that's exactly what Effortless has been doing.
Well, yeah, it's certainly a way to improve, right? And we've noticed improvement, so it must be working there. I feel like it's also got something to do with the setup that he upgraded to. I know we bring that one up a lot, but it does still look damn good. Talking of someone that looks good outside of the server, though, ZenAku, my man, he is absolutely ridiculous. But the unfortunate fact is, of course, he's still been struggling a little bit. We saw him being able to keep himself in the league. He didn't have the best season in Stage 3. Can he turn things around here? Is it going to be a different story for Stage 4? That's kind of the big question, I feel like, with the story of ZenAku.
Yeah, we'll see if he can kind of get it together. I think he had that set against Maxter, I believe, who was the challenger. Yes. So he smacked him down and said, no, I belong in this league, but he still wants way more than that. Similar to Effortless, where, he's going to try and grind it out and try and get better and better, and we'll see what he can do.
I also feel like the one potential benefit for a player like ZenAku, where obviously he is playing from Poland, right? With the ping issues, it kind of reminds me akin to what we used to see from Nosfer, where when he'd be playing those higher ping games, he started to adjust his play style to be a lot more aggressive, a lot more in your face, and take the fight to you. And I think that has been the slow and sure trend for ZenAku. He started to look like he is a lot more aggressive as an individual. He'll open up the games. He'll be the one going in for those, early aggressive frags. If he does that this season, with him, understanding the course of the game, I think it could look a whole lot better.
I'm definitely. I totally agree, and the thing I like the most about ZenAku is the attitude. If you ever hop into his stream while he's dueling, he's constantly kind of teaching himself as well as teaching, his chat and kind of, okay, I could have done that better. That was a mistake. This is where it went wrong, kind of stuff like that. Very informative, similar to kind of like a Rafa style stream where he's just always willing to teach, always willing to get better and better.
That's good. That's what we need. I mean, it's the lifeblood of the scene, really, right? If you're going to be able to keep that torch lit and pass it on to new players that want to get the fire burning for them. Talking of the fire burning on this one, it is going to be a Raging Inferno when we get into the veto. Is this looking hot, 40? We got some picks here.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. I think CK is the first map. We got Galena and we got BJ, I believe. Really looking forward to that. Then we got a little bit of Molten Falls, Ranger versus Visor, and then Awoken, we got Eisen versus Sorbet. I'm very, very looking forward to that. All these maps look pretty great. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think this is going to be a close one. But again, if I had to put you on the spot, Jackie, in front of all these people.
I mean, the ironic thing is, of course, right, you've called him sorbet, which tends to melt in your mouth quite easily, but he would melt you with what comes out of his mouth. Well, her mouth.
Yeah, I was going to say, how dare you,
I know.
First of all.
My bad.
But she's fierce.
I've offended the big girl.
She's fierce. She's fierce and
she is.
I don't know.
She's savage. She's bougie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But she's a little toxic too, but that's okay. So if I put you on the spot, like I like to do with anyone I'm casting with, predictions, what do you got?
I think we see Effortless take it. I do genuinely believe in the effort that comes out from this man. I think it's going to be close, though. This is probably going to be one of the scrappiest series of the day, purely based off the fact that ZenAku, I think he's found his form. He's found his role now inside of the Quake Pro League and knows exactly how he needs to play around the barriers that have held him back. Also, just in terms of the champion picks, I think he has a little bit of an edge.
You like the Galena, Ranger, and Eisen lineup? That Deathbot can absolutely trap and be such a nuisance on any map, really. Yeah. Probably none more so than like Corrupted or Awoken, as we're going to see later. But yeah, I think you might be right. I think this might be a 2-1 for Effortless, but no disrespect to ZenAku. The man is a beast, and he can make anything happen. He's just got to make those fine-tuned adjustments, and we'll see if he can do that right now.
Oh, we will indeed. So, Corrupted Keep opening us up. Obviously, we've pivoted up the railgun. That's not in circulation, so no rambunctious rails here.
Don't need that. Don't need that.
No, you don't, mate. It just holds you back.
I know Kovac agrees with it. He's a big fan. He's a big fan of no rails. Yeah, kind of LG rocket. A lot of heavy machine gun is going to be kind of put into play on this one. A lot of long angles that you usually would use a rail is just heavy machine gun peppering. So we'll see who can utilize that better in this one.
I think it gives us some interesting bouts, which is for me, the best bit about it, right? Is because games on Corrupted Keep are unique always to just Corrupted Keep, with just how they're played, the differences in the approach that we see coming out, and the difference in weapon prioritization, because we see that success from players like Rafa, right, that know completely, I need to have this weapon out at this exact timing to have the most success in this encounter. And it's good to see who's at the top of the barrel for that.
Absolutely. Keeping the damage output high here as we're going to be live on map number 1 of this set, Effortless versus ZenAku. We're going to start off on Effortless. And right at I don't know how he's staying alive here. He needs to be careful. And ZenAku with the boomsticks. Wow.
Okay. God, the duo there. Salt and Pepper coming through.
Well, he definitely pushed it there. For sure. Gets that frag, 1-up, and just like that, again, the heavy machine gun, as much as you can, have that bad boy out, damage as much as you can, keep the damage output high. Both weapons, or items are synced up, and Effortless is going to ride the lightning, almost gets that frag, 3 HP. ZenAku is waiting for that passive to kick in before he grabs some health bubbles. That was so close.
Yeah, this is nice so far. A good start on Keep, playing exactly the way he needs to. Gets contact again of the location of Effortless. Spams him with snowballs as he runs away, looking like Club Penguin.
Just a slight tap there. Zooms in for a little bit of extra damage, and I really, really like what ZenAku's doing. Moving around the map well, still keeping that damage output high. Drops onto the LG, onto the Mega. Needs to be careful. Does have dual wield if he wants. And Effortless, I think he thought he got healed by that totem, right?
I believe so, because you could see, obviously, it was kind of like the double take of
like,
him looking back. Yeah. That's rough. That's actually quite a shame. This is a hell of a start from ZenAku. He is swinging right off the bat. The movement's good as well, to try and reposition himself. The flash damage coming through, and he'll fall because of it. Had no stack there, so Effortless finally going 1-3.
Yeah, Effortless, one of those aggressive pushes paying off here. He's going to have timing on the Mega. And this will open up a little bit of an opportunity for him as the stack is good. It looks like the item will be traded, though. Effortless trying to position to do a lot of damage, as he does. ZenAku being forced through the tally there. Will get away relatively unscathed after the LG. Does have dual wield, but in comes Effortless with the LG. Popping around the map, keeping the damage up. Also totem down, trying to build that totem economy. Only has 1 right now. Wants to get a little more than that. The rockets are going to keep Effortless at bay. Good job from ZenAku trying to minimize, the ability for Effortless to get up close and personal with that LG.
Effortless, a restricted arsenal. He doesn't have much, so he's trying to build that back up. Putting out the feelers a little bit. He's got rockets now. He's got the LG as well. He's using a lot of them just to gain info. Spamming them out early on. Believing that maybe he'll get a bit of a brief tag off onto ZenAku, but ZenAku, he's gone for the long shot, completely rotated around. He could actually backstab off this as he's so close towards the Mega. Rears his head round the corner, spamming away, but no real connections. The response from the HMB is a lot more lethal.
Wow, that rocket was phenomenal there down at the bottom. The totem popped from Effortless. He needed that health. He is going to grab the heavy, but his health is still extremely weak as he makes his way towards the mini banana, towards the bubbles. He's going to hear the timing on the Mega as well as get a little bit of damage here. Does need to heal up, but wow, that totem is right there when he needs it. And ZenAku's like, who put that there?
Ooh. LG initiate. He's running. He's trying to evade. Bounces away perfectly. Beautiful movement so far. The response from Effortless, unfortunately, he can't get the rocket through the vent. Couldn't land it and get a gritty shot off. Just builds himself back up with the ammunition. Charges over. ZenAku in the meantime has sucked up the Mega health, so he's certainly big. He can't go large in charge. He's got to run away up the bounce pad to get out of there, but he's still being chased.
Yeah, and Effortless tried to thread the needle on that rocket, but ZenAku knit himself quite the amazing escape here, as he needs to be careful. Totems are still up. He's going to try and get this heavy position. A little bit of ring around the rosy. Effortless will find him. The rocket will actually propel him forward, and the shotgun in the air in the back. That is unfortunate for ZenAku, as that's another frag for Effortless.
Here we go. Game's getting closer now. One frag is all that stands between them both. No real tags coming out from either man there, as they send out the warning shots. And Effortless, a warning to his livelihood. He realizes he's low on ammo, delves back, builds up the arsenal, drops the totem in an aggressive stance to try and deal damage, runs over them for a bit of a pocket heal as well. But ZenAku going aggro. Both guns coming out, but no damage done.
You saw there ZenAku just not having the to-the-second timing of that item, and that could cost him his life, as the LG so strong drops onto the Mega, but at what cost? Effortless ties it at 3, and things looking a bit dire for ZenAku after a strong start here. Effortless doing a great job of getting it back under control.
They're going to get contact. They both went slow around the corner. They get the info, and he fully commits into it. Effortless, he knows that ZenAku's low. Sends him to the Netherrealm as he slaughters him with the LG. That's a heavy. That's a 4 frag in total. We hit the 5-minute mark, and Effortless is in the lead now.
And he wants more. Might catch him out of rockets here. Here's him around the corner. There's the HMD. Fantastic damage here. And there's the rocket. Almost catches ZenAku in the mouth. Defensive rockets from ZenAku, just enough to keep Effortless from aggressing any further, but he wants more. Nothing's going to stop this man. Dual wield pop for a little bit of insurance. ZenAku's going to drop, but he can't land the damage he needs, and the LG is going to melt him again before he can steal away the heavy.
Effortless is looking so much more in control at this point. ZenAku, he's just running for his life as he sprints time and time again. Effortless is being able to gather all the major items he wants, effectively just chasing over and over. If the rocket jump would have worked out perfectly, he could have cut off the rotation from ZenAku. Instead, it's a little bit less timed perfectly. Goes for the turn round the corner. A small tag, a couple more here and there. And ZenAku is quite heavy, but it's still not up for 2 seconds. He's doing a lot of damage, though. And the MG comes out to send Effortless to sleep with a goodnight kiss, as it will go 5-4. Brings out Dez and Troy, both for the lightning guns. Gets some big tags out.
He's doing great damage. He wants to tuck Effortless in for the good night, goodbye kiss there, but 5-4. Effortless still 25 HP. It looks like he's going to grab a 25 health. Does have the 50 armor as well. Needs to be very careful as he crosses, and that's so much damage from that heavy machine gun. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
A lot of kissing occurring on the server right now.
Well, I mean, they're friends, you know? It's in the arena, you always battle, but at the end of the day, you shake hands, and sometimes you kiss GG. I don't know what to tell you, Jackie.
To be fair, that's how we always say hello to each other whenever we see each other, so it makes sense. Oh, ZenAku, you won't see that one coming, though, but he still survives! What? 40!
Steals that one away. He's going to grab 25s down in the boneyard. And that was a 1 HP rocket jumping off Effortless's face. 7 minutes, and that's a fantastic rocket around the corner. Effortless trying to power his way into this heavy, but at what cost? And he throws it all away, giving ZenAku a frag lead.
Oh my god, I actually thought we might have had him go flying out of the ring there. He'd be knocked straight down to his death. ZenAku, as he cleans that one up, he's in a good position, and he can get a whole lot more out of this. He doesn't quite realize where Effortless is located, as he was behind the statue. He's going aggro. Tag after tag. Both of them are low on stack. The snowballs are doing so much as they're stunting the push from ZenAku. But the LG, with the hurty-verty, as he flicks it back up, he'll slay Effortless once more, and it's 7-5.
7-5, and the tickle from below is enough. Mega will go to Effortless. ZenAku will stack back up to something decent where he can try and fight for this next heavy, but that's not up for another 18. The rocket will land for 57. That's good damage. Effortless comes around the corner, really utilizing that LG. Good swap to MG from ZenAku to get as much damage as he can. But now he's slowing it down here. 2 minutes left. There's the dual wield to try and force Effortless off the heavy, but nothing doing. The LG is superior to ZenAku's dual wield, and that'll get him another frag. 2 minutes down 1. Effortless trying to tie it up right here off the spawn, and he will be behind him. ZenAku a little bit slow to try and react here. Does as much damage as he can. Can he hit this? Mega goes to Effortless, and ZenAku needs to get out of dodge right now.
Oh, he's still taking the fight, though. The peak comes back around. Even though Effortless in the meantime had got himself a mega heft and a pocket heal off the totem, he's still low. ZenAku is just riddling him with bullets, pumping him full of lead. And the chase is on. Effortless turns the corner. He wants to try and remove him from the equation.
Wow. Wow.
And in the end, cuts him off on the rotation. 7-7, it's all tied up.
The idea was not bad. The execution, not perfect. ZenAku will give up that frag, but he did a lot of damage. Mega's going to go to Effortless as he goes up the jump pad. A little bit of LG there. Time's ticking, and the pressure is mounting on ZenAku as he knows he's on the back foot, and he has to be very careful before this next heavy here. Oh, and Effortless wants it. Taking a little bit of rocket damage, actually sacrificing position on the heavy, and that's a bit of a misplay, but the HMG play, there's nothing missed about that. So much damage coming out from Effortless.
ZenAku as well, telegraphing his location as he runs straight into a pole, taking all the damage from the totem. They're both low on HP. We're close towards a sudden death scenario as well if it keeps on going like this as the clock is ticking down rapidly. Effortless, he might want to end it now though in regulation as he chases. Beautiful early damage. It tags up ZenAku as he'll spam him into the rear. And it's all about the squeaky bum time here.
Oh, barely taking out that totem in time here. ZenAku still on the back foot. Effortless looking so strong right now. Has a pocket totem as well. He's going to grab the Mega. Has both major items. And what does ZenAku do? He's going to bunker down, playing off the sound, just trying to play keep away here. And it looks like we are going to go into the first sudden death of the day. Maybe not. Effortless, is he going to get the drop on him? No. ZenAku backs away for the time being. And officially, we are in sudden death.
Here we go then. One frag decides it all. All left to try and settle the score between Effortless and ZenAku for the first map on keep. Effortless playing with the audio cues, turns the corner perfectly as he knew exactly where ZenAku was. Big opening damage. Response from the rocket doesn't do enough. Effortless, with the extra amount of health he has, he can chase aggressively using the rocket jump for the height advantage. He's quick on his feet, but he's lost him. ZenAku evades for now.
ZenAku using that dual wield. The LGs come out. We've seen him not be able to get the damage he needs before. Rocket, 31 HP. The heavy goes to Effortless. Is he going to go through the telly? He will. What? Wait, ZenAku won that?
Yeah.
The shotgun to the face actually did it? Oh my goodness. I thought Effortless had it.
So it looked like Effortless had the advantage, right? He did all the damage. He goes through the teleporter. I think when they were both on like a difference of like 20 stack, and ZenAku must have just been quick on the pull. Shut him down with a shotty straight to the face, send him off in a slumber.
So what you're saying is Effortless was knocking at the door, and then ZenAku said no soliciting, and then he hit him with that.
Basically, which is,
wow.
It's not the nice way to deal with things. He could have just said no politely.
That's true, but sometimes it escalates. I don't know what to tell you, but ZenAku steals away that first map, does well after the strong start, kind of, hit a rough patch there. Effortless was coming back. He was being super aggressive, laying on the damage. ZenAku surviving once with 3 HP, once with 1 HP, and he survived with a frag lead to take that first map. Well done to ZenAku. I'm sure that's going to be frustrating for him.
Yeah, like, early portion of the game, first 3 minutes, that was ZenAku. He was living his movie, doing everything he wanted. And then Effortless, after the 4-minute mark, he looked like he changed house for you because he was living inside ZenAku's head rent-free. Every play went his way. It was perfect, and it seemed like he was set up to take the opening round. The fact he's lost it there in an OT, it might be playing on his mind. I hope it isn't, and he takes it as just the best of one at this point, reset, right? Because mentally, if you're stuck thinking about keep when we go into Molten, it could really hinder him.
Yeah, I think rent's not free just because you don't pay it. At the end of that one, ZenAku foreclosed on his house and stole that back as we're going to get into map 2. And like you said, Effortless is a bit of an emotional player. Just a skosh. So he has to be able to mental reset and kind of clear what just happened off the board, go into map number 2 with a fresh state of mind because it may wear on him more than most players in the league.
Yeah, you could see on the replay there as well. Literally, the fact of both of them were on the exact same HP. They must have had about 5 HP at that point left in the raw health after he went through the teleporter. And the response was just better. We had the heal coming out on the BJ, and he got the shot off quicker. It's just as simple as that at that point. A rough way to lose it in sudden death, but that's only the first map. There's still 2 more to go. So you never know. It's not over yet. Molten Falls being our second in the series. For Effortless, he switched it up. He's gone for the Egghead Ranger, and we've got Visor coming out for ZenAku.
Really looking forward to this one. I think the adjustment is just, hey, Effortless played that almost perfectly. His aggression early on in the map kind of paid off, and then just that last stand, ZenAku shot first. So I think Effortless goes into this one with, hey, I did pretty much everything right. I just need to fix a couple things and maybe tone down the aggression a little bit and I know 150% I'm going to get the frag, but you never know. He could throw all that out the window and just +4 at LG. We'll see. Map number 2, ZenAku Effortless. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see who can utilize their champ a little bit better. Visor on this map, the vision makes a little more sense, but again, we saw the verticality and closing the distance before with Ranger and his orb. Looking forward to it, man.
The thing is, this is one of the maps I actually don't mind Visor on too much. It's still towards the bottom end for me, but at least it's beneficial. It's big enough and got a lot of like sight blocking walls because of how the geometry is built that if you use that Visor, you could get a read from one side to the other, right? Obviously, it looks like as a whole, it's just a lot more useful in any of the blood maps, basically, but we'll see. We'll see if it helps out. Again, for Ranger, it's the classic Dire Orb, just being able to roam wherever he wants to go and just yeet himself across the place.
Absolutely. We'll see as the series goes forward into map number 2 if ZenAku can get stronger or if he can just get Visor. And we are going to start off on Master, actually, no, Effortless here as he gets the rocket spawn right off the bat into 50 armor. A little bit of Mega as well. Vision already popped from ZenAku, trying to get all the information here as he's going to run straight into him. Needs to be careful using the plasma snowballs to kind of back away from the LG. Not safe. Stranger danger.
Effortless runs back around. He grabs himself a few guns to try and play with as well. Building up inventory. Play for the audio cues. A little bit of a gauntlet coming out. Just scratching his name on the wall. It says Effortless was here.
Just a little graffiti. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Tries to go for the cheeky jump pad play. Can't quite clip the ledge here. Looking for a railing. He's going to hit one, maybe a second one, but that rocket is going to deter him from re-peeking again. Slowing things down now, grabbing the 50 before he mounts his attack on this heavy LG right around the corner coming out. Misses with the rail. ZenAku dancing a little bit. Won't hit a rail of his own, and that is a free item for Effortless here as the stack is absolutely huge. Look at that Dire Orb after the rail to close the gap. The rocket as well. The second rocket not as good as ZenAku will grab the Mega. That'll keep him alive. Effortless a little frustrated on that. You could see right off the bat, again, keeping the pressure up, trying to do as much damage as he can and just get in ZenAku's face.
Yeah. I mean, it worked well. It was going so good for him. Oh, wow. Even back into this encounter, he's holding his own, playing with the utmost confidence, launches round the corner with the Ranger passive, and then sends ZenAku flying. The Australian space program on display there. As he gets shot off with a rocket, responds for more, actually committing to the fight, and cleans up another kill 40, 2-0. Effortless. Good play.
Again, the aggressive play working out for him. ZenAku tried to make it rain with rockets, but nothing doing, and I like the little play there. Small things like that add up. Effortless grabbed the 225s before the Mega, and look at all of these rockets. Hit him with the 3-piece over by the railgun, and that's 3-0 for Effortless 2 minutes in.
Effortless on the hunt here still. Timing-wise, we've got 3 seconds until Mega comes up, so he can dilly-dally, he can wait for that. Grab that, munch that one down. Straight back up the stairs. About 10 seconds by the time he'll arrive until Heavy spawns in. And he's probably actually won the battle for dominance of the map control. So both of the major items going to Effortless in this rotation if he wants them.
A little bit of rocket jump there for a little bit of speed. 3-0 here as the stack is absolutely incredible on Effortless. Misses with the rail, but again, the Dire Orb to close the gap. He wants those rockets up close and personal. Not going to chase off that, but he made his presence known, putting down the warning of, hey, you better be prepared all the time.
Oh, very nice. Straight up on the ledge from the bounce pad. Hits him with a big time slap at the base, buddy booming. As ZenAku blown to bits there from the rail. 4 frags achieved so far for Effortless. Just taking control of the game, one step at a time. No real big over-investments. He's just playing nice and slow. He's playing the basics, just playing for the major items.
Yeah, he's playing kind of the ABC game as that rocket almost sees its way towards ZenAku's face, and ZenAku has the vision back, so now he could see exactly where Effortless is to try and gain some map control back and get back in this. As Effortless posting up, hits what a rail from Effortless there. He's going to push in off that, wants the LG fight. There it is. Rocket jumps on top of him, and ZenAku picks him out of the sky before the Dire Orb can come out, surviving with 20 HP, if that. ZenAku says, not anymore, you will not bully me any longer.
Man, I mean, it might be ABC for Effortless, but it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 for ZenAku with the response, the railgun. Just poised for destruction. He's a sniper with a hell of a scope. He's taking out a cop or two right now as he gets the opening pick. adjusts back. It's a good frag to find, but he still needs 3 more to tie up the course of the game. With 4 minutes in, tons of time to work with. He doesn't need to rush things, but he is going for the major items. The heavy spawns in, he grabs it, and he is shocking Effortless to pieces. Tag after tag with the LG. Beautiful tracing, good adjustment on the movement as well, and from quite a substantial distance, he smacks him with a shotty and kills him. 2-4.
All he needed was that single pellet to land, and it did. Effortless goes down. ZenAku well done to grab his second frag and start getting some map control and getting back into this game here. Again, looking for the rail angles, trying to position well for this heavy. He's going to be a little bit early. The rail comes out from Effortless. He will grab it. Rocket jump up. He's going to take the fight to him. The Dire Orb comes out as well. Now ZenAku has the position. Up the jump pad he goes. Effortless just keeps hitting these shots to keep the damage out. ZenAku finally landing a rail, pops the vision for a little bit of insurance, and he's trying to land this frag like the Predator. He's going to shoot a little bit too early, and Effortless will make his escape.
ZenAku. Pre-fire rocket round the corner. Was hoping that that would land and do damage onto Effortless as he stepped over the boundaries, sucking up the mega health and rebuilding his overall stack. He darts back over towards Heavy as well, so that's both of the items going to Effortless. He can also muddy the timing, which looks to be what he's doing. Waits, gets about an extra 5 seconds of delay on that there to try and throw ZenAku off. ZenAku's just playing the slower pace game here, running around on the ground level, keeping his nose out of trouble.
Indeed, trying to keep his nose clean, waiting for that vision to come back up so he can kind of see what path to take that's relatively safe here as he tries to stack back up. 10 seconds till the Heavy. Mega was taken by Effortless. ZenAku on the back foot here, trying to stack back up off whatever he can and just stay away from Effortless. He knows that Effortless is not afraid to be aggressive, and he wants to make sure that he has the stack and the right weapon before he engages.
Should hear the footsteps. ZenAku, he was right by Effortless, directly below him. Would have been quite loud. And he gets back over by the Mega, picks it up, keeps the timing pretty much in sync as it was. Another use of the tactical visor coming through for ZenAku. Expected him to go through the portal, but not today. He actually does eventually. A smooth 20 damage done with a single snowball, smashing him in the face. Response is even better on the follow-up as well, and the missed Dire Orb comes out from Effortless. He was looking to engage there.
That rocket pop was everything as it threw the trajectory off of the Dire Orb, but ZenAku needs to be careful, taking so much damage. The rocket flies in and misses as he grabs the 225s on the rocket from around the corner. The splash is enough to take ZenAku's life. 5-2, Effortless adds to his lead.
Here we go. This is what Effortless wanted. He's had the lead the entire time, but it gets bigger. Leaves an even larger disparity compared to what the Australian All-Star can do. The bruiser from down under. He needs to get some momentum back as time is ticking away. And Effortless, he can use that to his advantage. He doesn't need to invest into any of these fights, right? He can just play for the items, play to waste time, be a bit more of a mischief maker rather than a brawler.
Yeah, he can go from being a complete in-your-face brawler to a nuisance. Does have the Dire Orb for any kind of escapes that he might need to make. What a rail through the tail. Turned Effortless. That was a fantastic shot from ZenAku. But again, all his damage needs to amount to 3 frags. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. ZenAku has vision up, and he needs to make something happen there. Rails exchanged from players, neither landing as the vision was popped from ZenAku, trying to make it rain rockets from up top. And this time, Effortless will hit the jump pad play, but he'll miss the rail. Dropping down on. There's the Dire Orb into rockets, back into LG. And the swap up will absolutely get ZenAku killed here. As again, just I don't know if he's not ready for the aggression here, but Effortless seems to just be foot on the gas, no issue.
Effortless still continuing on. We said he didn't need to brawl, but he certainly wants to, as he's looking like he's absolutely balling now. 7-2, frag after frag, building himself up a major lead. He just keeps on going. The confidence must be at its absolute utmost here. It seems like he's trying to prove a point and make a statement with this map.
Absolutely. I know that he wishes he was a little bit taller, but he's absolutely a baller right now. As Effortless, 7-2, up 5 frags, a minute 30 left. This is looking a little bit done and dusted for ZenAku, as again another aggressive rocket jump. Misses with a rail, but he's going to take the Dire Orb and just throw it his way casually and say, I know you're going to be terrified. I'm not actually going to take it this time. And there's the cutoff with the LG and ZenAku. A bit of a mind play there from Effortless on that one.
It's just clean. Everything he's doing right now is just looking so polished. It's smart from Effortless. Good controlled aggression, only coming out when he absolutely needs to. For ZenAku, counting his lucky stars, he got away from the first rail, but he wasn't so lucky on the follow-up as Effortless, again, annihilating him, tucks him into bed. With the final 60 seconds left, I don't really think there's much more that ZenAku can do. We're going to that third map, and the series is going to be split 1-1 apiece.
It looks like we're all going to be awoken here as Effortless does take map number 2 in dominating fashion here. So clearly map number 1 didn't affect him. He knows exactly what he wanted to do, and again, it was the key to his success was a bit of that aggression.
It's also just nice as well. Like, we just saw him coming in playing the basics, right? First few minutes of the game, it was just him getting pretty much the full rotations. There was a few times where he'd get both of the major items. It's not that different in terms of the actual major items. I mean, mega-wise, it certainly is. We've had 3 megas for ZenAku compared to the 15 of Effortless, so really rings true when you look at the stats there.
Yeah, dominating the mega game for sure. More heavies as well. GG's called out as that one is done and dusted. Officially in the books is 11-2. Effortless will take map number 2 in the series and send us to a third. And yeah, the aggression just overwhelming ZenAku there. He just didn't have the answers.
Yeah, the egghead of Effortless, showing the big brain game certainly helped him. He has brawn, he's got brain. Now we've seen both of those in separate instances. If he puts it all together in the third and final map, then we could actually have him closing down this series. It's good to see both of them performing individually, though. This obviously was always going to be quite a close affair, just purely based off how these two have been playing in previous seasons. It's time for Awoken after this. I really don't know how that's going to go. I think it's going to be far too close to full 40.
Definitely, and I think Eisen versus Sorlag is a little bit in favor of ZenAku simply because if Effortless tries to play that kind of close-up game and get in his face, I mean, Sorlag has that acid spit that'll just take you away. She's got a bigger stack if ZenAku can get kind of a handle on the items, but on the other side of the coin, you have kind of that death bot that Effortless can throw down to set traps, to kind of deny space. So we'll see how this one shakes out, but like you said, I think this one's going to be very close, and it has been so far. Another great set.
Yeah, it's been a good series, and I am certainly excited to see what Effortless will get done with Little Timmy the Turret.
Little Timmy, indeed. He might pop off. I've seen him go full blah on everybody, so we'll see. He's got a little attitude, that little devil.
Oh, he does indeed. Yeah, he likes to show up when you least expect him. Those are the ones that hurt the most. For Sorlag, though, you can't miss that big girl. She is a lady of luck and absolute aggression, a fickle mistress to come up against in the server. So having her on Awoken, a map that's so small that plays into the speed advantage she has, and the fact that she can deny those close choke points with her spit, it's going to be a rough ride for Effortless with a potential champion edge. Yeah,
I really think if ZenAku can get a good handle on the items, it's going to be all in his favor with that acid spit and that mobility. But he has to not get locked out of those items. And, you know, Eisen with the little death bot, he could do that. So we'll see how Effortless plays it. But either way, I'm looking forward to getting to the third map of this set.
Yeah, no matter what happens, I think it is going to be a good final chapter, right? As the bookend to this series. Awoken's always a nice map to finish it on.
Always one of my favorites. Awoken is probably my second favorite map in terms of overall map pool. Corrupted Keep will always be number 1. Just because no rail, no problem. But Awoken is going to be fantastic, and I'm looking forward to seeing who could take this one, if we're going to see that raw aggression from Effortless, or if he's going to kind of mind play ZenAku and play a little bit more defensive and kind of make ZenAku wonder what's going on after the first 2 maps of just raw aggression.
Thing is, I don't know if you can, though. When it's in like a bout like this, where you've obviously got the heavy champ that can move so quick, it restricts you a whole lot more. You can't play that slower pace game and just play for the item timings as much, purely because Sorlag will just be in your face at every opportunity. But that's all just speculation. Let's get down to the hard-hitting facts. That's what we like here on the Quake Pro League as we get underway. Effortless versus ZenAku.
I think he'll get the Mega Spawn straight into LG in that 50 shard. Wants a little bit of rockets, but he knows better than to go that telly right off the spawn as ZenAku is waiting. Again, the acid spit is so brutal up close. Good rail from ZenAku. He's going to hang in there for another one. The tribal peppering, and he's just hitting everything. There's the death bot, and there's the spit right off the bat.
Oh, man. He's killed him. The mucus murderer. Straight back in for more as well. He wants to munch down onto a second kill, and ZenAku, he's done it. Those teeth crunching on the bones of Effortless. 2-0.
Effortless looking very tasty right now. ZenAku with LG out, grabs the heavy, and this is it. This is kind of the downward spiral. If you let Sorlag get all these items, this is going to be really bad. LG from around the corner. Can he escape? He pushes in, does deny the 50, but eventually it's all for naught as ZenAku does net the frag. Up 3-0 a minute in.
Yeah, this is like the worst possible start you can have. Oh, when you're on that side of Aizen, but the response is even better. The clever girl ZenAku went playing in towards, but he's put to sleep. Oh no, the response though, he's got 9 HP, he's just going to charge him with a HMG. 40, what is this?
It looked brilliant. That shotgun just chunks right through the scaly, beautiful dinosaur, but unfortunately for him, a little bit too much raw aggression. ZenAku takes that frag right back and leaves the difference at 3. What a rocket.
Taking rockets to the face as he jumps back in. ZenAku's trying to leave him in a shallow grave, spitting on him, doing damage over time with that. The mega health will certainly buff some of the damage out, but he's speared against the wall. ZenAku spitting straight fire there.
The denial on the mega was good. The rail is going to be good as he jumps over. He needs one more, and he gets it. Triple rail from Effortless. Just taking down that dinosaur. I'm going to start calling him Turok here. As ZenAku needs to be careful now, not to let Effortless snowball his lead. 2-5, still up 3. So he's going to grab a little bit of LG so he can play a little bit of the push away game here.
Holding for the meantime, watching towards middle. Spams out early on. Just firing off those shots from the tri-bolt, but none of them really bursting in air around ZenAku. Instead, the response is to get aggressive. The spit denies the path, responds in kind by chucking out little Timmy. This man causing turmoil, and the rocket... Oh, no! 40!
Why? Oh, you hate to see it. Or you love to see it, depending on which side of this fight you're on, but the score stays 2-5. Nothing to see here. ZenAku will grab that lower 50 next to the drive-through window. Rocket comes through, serves up just a skosh of damage. What a rail by ZenAku. Full speed now as he hits a rocket as well, and he's everywhere that Effortless wants to be. Keeping the damage high, and the rail right on target. Grabs another frag. 6-2 in favor of the Australian.
Yeah, Effortless. He's looking more like Turok too, because that's where he's staying. Just 2 frags. ZenAku, he's got himself on a healthy 6, and he's still trying to build up even more as he bounds around, taking leaps of fate, clearing all of his angles. Certainly a little bit paranoid about where the next push will come from. Small tag with the rocket, 25 damage to be exact. Expects the response from Effortless and just plays on the slightly elevated rock.
Just playing that super patient game. Well done from ZenAku, not forcing anything, not giving anything up. Effortless wasn't brave enough to probe any further, but he wanted all of that T-Con control as he just flies in with rockets and obliterates ZenAku.
4 minutes have passed. It's a 3 frag difference. Effortless coming back in, staying composed after the mishaps and the blunders that occurred. Bounces up, both of them exchanging a little hello there. That's all it's going to be. ZenAku bounds himself out of action, gets into a better position. Effortless. He'll put the heavy back on. Has more armor, but misses the jump across.
Doesn't affect him too much, though, as the Mega is still free. ZenAku over by the LG, trying to maintain position here. There's the push from Effortless. Rockets, rails, everything. He wants to post that dinosaur tail on his back wall. He misses with the final rail. 225s go to ZenAku, still railable. Needs to be careful as he doubles back for the 50. And Effortless putting out so much damage from that tri-ball position here. And ZenAku needs to be careful, just running straight into that death bot. The jumping rail through the drive-thru window, not going to land. The calories too much, and now he's stuck. He has to fight his way out of a corner. There's a good rocket. Can he hit another one? The shotgun from Effortless will put him down.
Yeah. Shotgun Senorita there as he turns back around with it, dropping the turret, bouncing himself into the Mega, so he stays healthy whilst he does more damage. Munching a hole straight through ZenAku. 5 to 6 as we hit 5 minutes on the board. He's close, only 1 frag away from equalizing the situation. And this is looking damn dastardly. He wants to try and keep it up as he chases around, playing off the audio cues. Knows he can't push that way though. Path is barricaded as the floor is set ablaze by that toxic slime.
And ZenAku slowly losing control. Needs to be careful there. Takes care of the death bot. 2 rockets to the face. But he can't aggress any further here. Needs to be very careful playing off those sound cues. Does have the 50 behind him in a health bubble if he takes a little bit of spam damage here. Effortless running the map now. Look at that stack on Aizen.
It's a whole lot better. It's the one edge you could potentially have against a heavy champ like this. If you're the one with all the stack, ZenAku tries to get aggro. He wanted to fight the fight towards middle, but he's got to back off. The shots are coming in. The rails are missing, though. The sheer movement from ZenAku as he dances back and forth doing the cha-cha slide, and he's getting away with it.
Yeah, ZenAku very fortunate to not take damage. Rocket damage into the spit. Effortless is going to aggress. He did throw down the Deathbot. ZenAku needs to be careful, but Nide at the Roxbury. It was not, as Timmy the Deathbot gets nothing, and ZenAku gets the frag, 7-5. He might even be able to get this one off the spawn. Shotgun's going to hurt a lot, but the LG is going to hurt more. ZenAku grabs another one.
Yeah, there's a panic at the disco because ZenAku is just causing carnage on a global scale right now, ramping things up once more as the tempo changes back in the favor of the Reptilian All-Star. More shots firing through, back towards middle. Heavy tags being taken by Effortless. ZenAku! Oh no! Tiny Timmy nearly dealt with him, but it's the flick on the rail that ends the livelihood of Effortless. How has he gotten away with that?
I have no idea. Effortless was one step closer to the edge, and he absolutely broke there. Deathbot comes out again and gets railed into the corner. The defensive spit comes out. LG, he's just going to keep taking these rails. He needs to try and do something to get out, and the MG from around the corner isn't going to be enough. I'm surprised that he lasted that long, but Effortless finally bags that frag.
What on earth? This final map is giving us so many juicy tidbits of action. Effortless though. Oh, he's not got much meat left on him. Picked to the bone by ZenAku. Shot after shot there with the nails as he's left stuck up against the wall.
Well done there from ZenAku using the plasma gun here. And again, he's peppering it in as Effortless wants more rail damage. Just can't connect. Very, very close here. ZenAku needs to be careful. He's going to grab the 225s. There's the defensive spit. There's the defensive Deathbot here as both players trying to get position on this Mega. It's up in one. He's railable. He needs to be careful on the cross. The tri-bolt down to 26, but the rocket so well placed. ZenAku will delete Effortless.
God, ZenAku certainly not minding his manners as he's spitting all over this public space. It is not appropriate, but it's working well in the long run. He's got 11-6 now on the overall scoreline. We've hit the 8-minute mark. And he's still looking for more. The aggression is absolutely unrivaled by Effortless. Turns up the tempo, goes round, back through Banana. Early initiation packs coming out, a bit more spit as well. Was hoping that he could get it far enough back. It would cover the Mega Spawn and stop Effortless from grabbing it, but it's a snatch and grab. He picks it up and sprints out of there.
What a play from Effortless there. A little bit of ring around the rosy. Doesn't quite get the frag, but damages ZenAku enough to keep him on the back foot. 31 HP, has a couple health bubbles to work with in Banana. A minute 20 left, and Effortless is still down by 5. He's got to turn up the heat here and try and cook this dinosaur.
My goodness. Coming up to the 9-minute mark, ZenAku, he's got the lead. Could all be on this. The way he's playing the game right now is absolutely perfect, and Effortless, he doesn't have an answer. Stuck back towards the Mega. The LG comes out. He's low on HP, and he's going to drop. Effortless. He's only got 60 seconds to tie this up. If he doesn't, ZenAku, he'll get his first official win inside of the Quake Pro League, and it would be over Effortless. What a feat it would be. He's just got to evade and run away.
Does have rockets now and the acid spade. He's going to rocket jump beautifully over to the railgun, and like you said, defensive play. 4 frags, 30 seconds, and he doesn't want to give anything away. Not afraid to play extremely silent, extremely defensive, and try and bag this W here. The Wally up the jump pad and absolutely obliterated. Spit into rocket. Effortless calls the GGs. He knows it's out of reach with 5 frags in 20 seconds, and a stylish kill on the Deathbot there. As it's just bouncing away. Not a care in the world. It's just a machine made to kill. That's all it's for.
Bouncy, bouncy. Ooh, such a good time, but it's certainly not a good time for Effortless. He's lost the map as ZenAku has slipped in for success. 12-7. He's finally got a win inside of the Quake Pro League as he takes the series. A 2-1 split after an entire season of grinding it out and fighting for his survival. He bests Smackster. He keeps his position in the league, and now he proves why. He takes the series 40. He's finally done it.
He's done it. And hats off to him. It was well-deserved. He played really, really well. Bounced back from that second map there at the 11-2. That's a big score line to come back from. That's kind of a mental reset. Deep breath, like, okay, didn't happen. I kind of got piped a little bit, but came back and he did some piping of his own. That's well done to ZenAku.
Yeah, he looked damn good. And that was certainly some thunder. Overall, just an impressive series. The final map itself as well, just full of ridiculous plays. Time in, time out. There were so many showstoppers. You could probably make a frag movie just off that map.
And somebody should. So if anyone's out there, get on it, because ZenAku with just brilliant plays right there. The pushes were great. The acid spit was right on target. And again, Effortless still playing that kind of plus forward aggression, but it's a lot harder against Sorlag with that acid spit and with that fat stack.
Yeah, that's the risk you run, is the things that were helping out Effortless, the fact that he realized he could play with a much faster, aggressive style of Quake. Sure, that normally works if you're built around a champion that will allow you to do that. But when you're on an Aizen versus a Sorlag and you're on a Woken, there's all these additional factors, all these asterisks that are looming above you that make it so much harder, and he just couldn't contend with it. It's also just the shots that ZenAku was hitting. He looked damn crisp there. So, I mean, fair play to him.
Just really, really well done there. Not afraid to take fights when he needed to. The aim was on. He did really well, and I think he should be really proud of himself.
He certainly should. You can imagine
Look at his rail.
Like, the ecstatic sort of feelings he's to be going through right now. After keeping himself in the league and then finally getting a win here, this has got to set him up for, I mean, you'd say his best season yet, but it already is, right?
Absolutely. And I think we're going to see a lot more W's from him. He's going to, like I said, he's the kind of guy that even though he won that, he's going to rewatch that set and kind of shore up exactly what went wrong on like Molten, maybe some mistakes that made on Awoken and CK. And he's the type of player to just constantly want to get better and fix all of the mistakes that he sees in his game.
You'd hope we'd see both of them do that, because obviously, you know, we know that's been a running trope of Effortless and how he will try and improve himself. Obviously, the same's got to be done for ZenAku, because he's certainly evolved as a player. Throughout that entire season, we saw changes in his playstyle and the way he would approach in Quake, and it's just looking better. It seems like he has been evolving as a player. And I mean, with the VODs that you're getting out of this as well, the benchmarks you can find, he's only going to look like he can do more damage on the server. Still more to come, though, however. That's our second series wrapped up. We'll be straight into our third after the break. It is Amos going up against Cygib. So a North American naughty one will be up after the break.